Hi, hello. So I have tried to stabilize this holding. Actually, it is important to keep it the more horizontal as it's possible. It's not good idea to work with the work, it's without being in the position that we want, because when we are making the fabric of knots, if this is slanting like this or any way out of the horizontal line, then the knots can start to be not in proper place, and if they are not in proper place, they will never keep it like this. If I have a long fabric, really long, the fabric will keep it like this, a little, of course, not much, but a little, usually. But if I make it already slanting, then there is nothing one can do for more than one pull it up, because this is always with a certain degree of mobility, right? So in here this is perfect and is good. Now I've keep it in 3 points, in here, and in here. Now in this work I want to take my time here. Take a good look at this work. Now this is beautiful, right? If I do an effect like this in here, this is beautiful, right? I have a vertical row that is exactly what I want, a real vertical row, and I have this horizontal. So of course I still have to fix these points and these points and these points, but this is very much in unity with the central matte effect. So this effect actually is much better than the knot that I've made, or just the small and plain turning of this, but it consumes a lot of this, and actually I didn't make it long enough for these planes, but I'm going to try it anyway, because these videos and these tutorials, actually they are not for people to do a piece. They are intended for people to open their minds to the possibilities, the immense possibilities that we have when we are creating a piece, right? When we are creating macrame, we can do it in so many ways, in so many different ways. That is why this is never finished. A work in macrame is never finished, and is never what we really want, because there is always more and more and more, better. Alright, let's try to do this. Enough talking. Let's try to do this. So I take this as a model. So this is just making a turn, under, and then here we start under, over, plane. So let's try a loop. In this loop, so we are going under. I am already twisting here, cannot be twisted, so this one has to be plain, always like this. So we are exactly here, so in this one we are here. Now you're going to pass under this loop, so this one under this loop, here we have it under this loop, and this is extremely difficult, especially to do it here, because this is not very stable. This is not a table, it's a sink. So now that I have it here, I am exactly in this point. This point here is this point. So now I'm going to pass it over, and then it's just plain under over under. So passing it over, and now it's just regular. Regular means this: I am over, so I have to come under. Because I am under, now I have to go over, and now because I have over, alright, these points here are upsetting the work. I have to take it out, and now because I want to catch this one here, I have to bring it up this, and it is done. Now let's find it out. This would be so nice, right? So amazingly nice, but still I have to no, this is okay. So now the pulling of this is quite difficult to get the exact size, the proper size, because if it is too much pulled, it will never be good, and if it is too big, it will never be stable. So have to accommodate it, really accommodate it, and this has to accommodate itself. This line actually must be a straight line, and it is not exactly a straight line because I pull it too much. If I pull it too much, then this will pull it to that side, and this has to be also the horizontal line. Now in here I think it's too much pulled. It's too much pulled. I think it's too much. A little too much. You see, it has to. Alright, let me find it out. No, it's not good yet. This one and this one has to be exactly 90 degrees, and if it is not 90 degrees, it is not well. This is too much pulled. Of course, that because I don't have this, I start pulling it a little too much in order to have. You see how much do I have here? Only this is more or less 25 centimeters, more or less. So one like this is 25 centimeters, more or less. In macrame we always use the hands, and we don't use actually meters or centimeters. No, we use special things that handicraft people have developed around that time to facilitate the work actually. So 1 meter is just from the hand to the nose. It is a little more, but it is what we use, and this is 25 centimeters. Depends on how big the hand is, it will have, and how big one is, it will have differences, but that's what we use in the practical real world, you know. Well, I think that now I have it. I have here the horizontal and the vertical. Although it is not perfect yet. It's not perfect yet. This one is too much pulled, so I have to come and give it a little more. Give it a little more, and now in here I need a little more. Let's find it out. Aha. Aha, now it seems better, right? This is very subtle. In macrame there is things that are very subtle. One finger in this up or down, it will make completely different effect. And I hope that this is not too much here, because this one will have to come here exactly. So I hope that this is really okay. And this one must also have space. This round has to give space for this one to come vertical, and this one here has to give space for this to come a little up. Now this is the weight of the work, but I think that it is all right. Now take a good look at this work. Of course the camera cannot take this all and this all, the entire picture, but no, that's good, right? This is much more making a unity with this. So we have a mat here, and then we have another mat here, and now we have the fabric. Of course in here, as I told you, I have already a huge problem. I don't have this, but actually I do have, not of the same size as this. I have it smaller, but because this is already smaller, well, this is a problem. We'll think about it. There are ways to make this again, so perhaps it is even good to make a adding there, invisible adding. So okay, I'm going to do this. I have 10 minutes. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix this one in here, and I'm going for this one. But I'm going to cut the lines in order to add one more knot here. So it will take one here, and in here I don't know if I have to put one or not. I have to make this fabric to come at least to here. So it's 2 more rows of this fabric, and when I have it here, because it is like this, then I will see exactly how many knots do I have to put here. But one thing it's clear for me: this effect, it's, I mean, this is beauty at strings, right? We cannot run away from it. We have to do it like this. Although I don't have the material, but hopefully someone we seeing will have. So I'm going to put this here, and then I'm going to put one knot perhaps from this hole to this hole, and then in here one knot from this hole to this hole. So 1 knot, 2 knots, and with this I think it's perfect. So I'm going to turn off the camera, and I will come back soon, I hope. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this is a great inspiration for your works, because this actually is really beautiful. It's so inspiring. I like it already. It's not done, but I like it already.